Okay, greetings, y'all. Greetings, and greetings. Okay, so if you guys are just tuning in, new here, greetings to everybody. And I'm gonna just see what spirit is pulling, like why I'm being pulled to do this live. I don't know why yet, honestly. So I might have an idea to an extent, like a little bit, but for the most part, I do not know why spirit is bringing me on here. So we're just going to tap into and see what spirit wants us and needs us to know at this time. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to start off with my majors and then my minors from the Rider-Waite. Then I'm going to use the Isis Oracle and the 𝗛𝗲𝗄𝗃 Tarot to just kind of go further into it. Yeah, so I would advise everyone to, if you're not here with an open mind and open heart to what might be for you, and of course, use your discernment, use your intuition to know what's for you, what's not for you. Some of the messages may be for you, and some of them are maybe meant for someone else. But what I'm also getting is that don't come in with a preconceived message that needs to come through because you might miss what you actually need, okay? Or it could answer what what you really need to know, and you might miss out on the message that's for you if you're coming in with, oh, it has to be about this and I need answers on this. Like you'll miss it. So stay present, okay, in the energy. So I'm just going to tap in and ask that the divine, the most high, gives us the clarity that we need. Divine Mother, our ancestors. Hey, Amina. Our ancestors, our divine team. Hold on, I had to put something in the chat. Okay. I do feel like there's something with Scorpio's full moon that's coming up that is going to be significant that spirit doesn't want to talk about. Um, I've been kind of, I'm not going to say being stalked, but I have been kind of nudged and tapped on my shoulder by a lot of ancient Kemet or Egypt deities. Okay, one in particular is Anubis. And from what I do know about Anubis, Anubis comes at a time where you are going through a tough transition in your life, some challenges, some chaos. May even serve as like a guide for you through the chaos. So that could be relevant to you. This message could be relevant around that. But I will say this as well. Some of you guys may be called to do shadow work around mother wounds, something with divine feminine energy that you're going to need to do some healing work around. I'm also getting something about receiving divine mother's energy or protection around you, or just the love that divine mother has. Tapping into that, I do see like really deep seated wounds, and for some of you it is in your own womb spaces. If you are women, you have some healing wounds down in that space. Maybe even for men in your genital region, there's healing in that area, something with actual, can't say the words, but actual trauma there. Actual abuse is being cleansed out or needing to like be dealt with. Anything that's coming up to the surface, it needs to come to the surface for a reason. And I feel it's this Horus that I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Horus's energy, but I'm also getting like Amun Ra has been coming up a lot for me too. So something with your light, receiving your light. Yes, Anubis energy is very strong here. I'm getting that. So some of you guys, like if you're seeing canines, okay, coyotes, wolves, I'm getting Doberman pinchers. Like any kind of like big, tall type of dog, a Great Dane or something, there's a message for you. If you're seeing or being visited by these animals, or they're like maybe dogs are very drawn to you more than usual or something, there's a message for you, or there's something that your ancestors or divine is trying to like lead you. Like it's something of significance, importance that you're gonna need to pay attention to for sure. Um, hmm. Okay, let's just pull. Let's see. Okay. Like this video if it resonates, show some love. I would greatly appreciate it, y'all. Thank you so much. Just tap in and see divine source, most high God, angels, our ancestors who lovingly guide us and assist us, our guardians who walk with us, who have our best intentions and will, who keeps us on the path that is dropping the wisdom. I pray for protection to surround this message around myself and those who are meant to receive this message and view this video. Give us peace and wisdom. Clear out all spirits of confusion. Give us clarity, understanding, wisdom, whether it's during the time of the reading or thereafter. Thank you. You have the devil and the fool. Okay. Start off with my majors first. So, some of you guys are having dreams that either are preparing you for something that could like potentially trip you up on your path. I've been getting this message for a couple of people that there's like temptations, and it doesn't really have to be just because of the Mercury retrograde, but I do kind of feel like something that you need to kind of pass the test and make sure that you're no longer resonating. Like, are you sure that you have surpassed this? Are you sure that you're free of it? Are you sure? Like, so some of you guys could be having some very interesting dreams. There's a dog here in the Fool, of course, that Anubis energy again. I'm getting like something with Anubis. You have a fresh start. There's nothing that is attached to you or keeping you stuck. Your memories of, or really your emotional attachments or mental, but really spiritually speaking, there's nothing really attached to you. There's nothing or no one really pulling on you. And I've been getting this message a lot for others as well. You're at ground zero on your journey. And this is like where you apply the lessons that you learned in the last season or last chapter of your life that you are needing to implement now. And I feel like something's going to meet you, someone or something that is in the form of temptation for you. Temptation being that it could be something that you desire that you know you don't need, that you know is not good for you, is going to like approach you. It's not going to come in the form of something devilish or dark. It's going to seem like everything that you've ever wanted. So like if this is a situation where, I'm going to use a relationship for an example. If this is a relationship that you know is toxic for you, wasn't going anywhere, it wasn't about anything, but this person is now coming back around and they're shiny and new and they're everything that you wanted. They're saying all the right things, all the right shit. That pay attention, use your discernment. Something that's going to meet you that you've always wanted, but you know that it may not be for you, or it's just not the time yet for it. There's something here, like, I feel like Spirit's trying to give you the heads up, give you the drop before you run into this energy, okay? I do feel like whatever this energy was a catalytic thing for you, where it helped you to, like, wisen up. It helped you evolve in some kind of way. And Spirit's like, look at it for what it is and don't return back to this thing. Like, it's teaching you something, or it has taught you something. If you are a male, whether you're heterosexual or gay or not, you might be more of a masculine energy and you're drawn by very seductive, very feminine energies. And Spirit is saying like there might be temptation with a woman or a man that has this very seductive, Jezebel-like energy, some sort of feminine energy that Spirit's like you need to stay away from. Okay, I'm just saying. I want to use my tarot decoded book to get more, because I love this book. Is the shit. Okay, I'm telling you, I've never ran into a tarot book that had this much information, so like profound. I'm like, damn, like this book is the shit. I just recently got it and just dived into it, but let's see. I am going to start with the majors, like I said. So the Fool, it says bringing forth knowledge gained from past life. Now, past life doesn't necessarily have to be like a reincarnation type of situation. It could be like a past situation, way in the past. It says encompassed with the Creator's light in an optimistic attempt to obtain wisdom of both good and bad, wholeheartedly pursuing one's healthy curiosity to know the what of all things. So like, you might be tempted into certain things that are not for you, like spirit's not coming down on you because that curiosity to experience things that maybe are not for you, really, I feel is to gain and gather wisdom of what's for you and what's not for you. Or if this situation tries to pop back up, it's like, have you learned the lesson of what's for you and what's not for you? Okay. Because you freed yourself of something. Like it could be an addiction. It could be a relationship. Doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but some sort of a relationship or your relations to something that you knew or figured or found out within yourself, or you learned through your healing, through your discovery, that it wasn't for you. And some of you guys, it's showing you this in your dreams. So the Devil card, it means, if I can find him, where's it at? It says having a desire for desire and sparking the ambitious energy needed to propel you towards becoming self-motivated and driven, putting your brilliant ideas into action to manifest prosperity. You don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. As we strive towards manifesting our goals, we're constantly bombarded by challenges, frustrations, and obstacles. It seems that as soon as we make a conscious decision to act on our ideas, we feel the static of ego restricting us from our desire. It takes a strong spirit to rise above the ego's gravitational force that blankets us. It is a negative weight that we all feel constantly pressing down upon us. It seems as soon as we begin pursuing our desires, we are immediately thrown into situations where we feel the weight of the world be on upon our shoulders, and the gradual pressure that ensues. We cannot control others or things that happen to us. We can only control the way we respond to what's happening. That is where our power is. Okay. For some of you, you are on this journey or on this path. You have specific goals. You have plans for yourself. And I do feel like sometimes what trips you up is like these past patterns, these addictions, these connections. You have to be very self-disciplined at this time. Another imagery or thing that I kept picking up to, like intuitively getting, I'll probably save this for another message, but some of you guys are going to be given opportunities, and you're going to be put in spaces and environments that you're not used to. Some of these environments may be like temptations, kind of, things that you don't get down with. And you're going to have a level of strong discipline and strong moral, a inner compass of integrity, because if not, you will fold. And forfeit yourself or fall into something that you think that you need when you really don't. You already have the skills, you already have the tools, it's already yours, and you don't have to work, and you don't have to forfeit or sell yourself or sell out or sell short to have this as put before you. But I'm going to save that message for another reading. So you have the 8 of Cups, the King of Swords, the 5 of Cups, and the 6 of Cups. You are going to get a message or some type of communication or a thought a thought that comes to your mind, or a memory that pops up. And when you feel or think about it, it could be some remorse, could be some regret there. It could be feelings of loneliness, sadness, but you're parting ways with that. And or you're going to be met with someone that has a message for you, And it's up to you to like sort through the emotions, because I feel like there's some emotions that still need to be cleared out. A lot of these cards are cups. These are emotions, our emotional realm. So this is going to help you either depart or find the closure. I kind of felt cringy when I said closure, because I don't want you to wait for somebody to give you closure. But there is this feeling or this vibe that there could be potentially someone that communicates with you or has a message for you. And it's meant to more so for you to release the regret, the guilt, the pain, and all of that from the past. Okay. So let's see. Told y'all this book is like a gem to me, so I am going to tap in. Um, let's see. The King of Swords in this deck does represent Mercury energy, ironically, or not really that ironic. We are in the Mercury retrograde. King of Swords can also have an element of all the air signs, but in particular, maybe um, the Gemini energy. So I feel like you're going to gather some type of wisdom from a past situation that hurt you, especially if it's coming back up in your memories or coming back up in your physical presence, whether through a person or a circumstance or an environment that you go back and revisit. Some of you, this is your inner child. This book is called The Tarot Decoded Raziel's, and it's Archangel or an angel Raziel. The Tarot Decoded Raziel's Interpretation. That's what it's called. This is a gem. So it says, representing the element of air portrays the concept of drawing down deep understanding from the upper worlds in order to create a sense of peace and harmony felt in the atmosphere, thus lightening the mood and uplifting moral. Okay, you are going to find some sense of understanding. The King of Swords message is pretty lengthy in this book, but he represents the three air signs of the zodiac: Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Also corresponds with Gemini, the Lover's card, or the Star, with Aquarius energy, and Libra with Justice. So there's something also with Jupiter energy too for some of you. It says, formulating one's understanding of a previous matter to deal with a current matter as way to create peace and harmony in the current situation or circumstance. This can be seen in one's act of charity and kindness as they attempt to create the feeling of peace that all can harmonize with, therefore improving the current environment for the betterment of all. So you're going to have to be the bigger person. And being a bigger person is not tolerating somebody else's bullshit. It's just you're just not going to put up with the bullshit, but you're not going to participate in the bullshit, if that makes sense. You're not participating with it. You're not putting yourself in alignment with it or stooping down to someone else's level. So I do feel like Spirit's giving you a heads up, like to like how you should handle or conduct yourself in a way that is, it's going to not only benefit you, but others around you, or it's like you lead as an example. Okay. So you are moving towards a new beginning. The things that you used to tolerate, you're not tolerating anymore. Even with yourself, like certain things that you used to tolerate with yourself that you know were not healthy, you're saying no to those things. Okay. You are manifesting something for yourself, but you have to master your ego in some kind of way. So to be faced with something that once challenged you, or a person or situation that you felt at one point had power over you, specifically have power over your emotions, to get you to where you need to be, that discipline is everything. And mastering a certain part of yourself that once controlled you or kept you down or in fear, or like, this is the beauty of it. Okay. The Devil card in this book, they also, because it's going off of the Hebrew letters and the Kabbalah system. So like the Hebrew letter translates to the I. the physical eye or the spiritual eye. It says to to see spiritually, referring to the third eye in the sixth sense. The third eye is the gateway or the portal into the upper realms of your consciousness. King of Swords energy, making it possible for an individual to tune into the spirit. As an individual able to open their third eye as a way to draw down their desires from the ethereal realm and into the material plane where they are manifested. Essentially, it is the practice of using mind over matter, which allows one will to achieve miraculous results. You're going to have to know how to separate your emotions, because your emotions attached to a situation or whatever this devil energy represents for you, your attachment to that or how it affects your energy is negative. So your mastery is going to look back at how it affected you and find some sense of wisdom about it. See it for what it is, not get tripped up in your emotions or get offended or pressed and angry. How you respond is everything. Okay. It says, as an individual able to open up their third eye as a way to draw down their desires from the ethereal realm and onto the material plane is where they are manifested. Essentially, it's the practice of using mind over matter, which won the will to achieve miraculous results. By using the mind's power to bend the rules of physics and the nature of reality, mind over matter makes it possible to push oneself further physically in a sort of supernatural way, either by outrunning danger or being able to endure physical pain. The Devil card is about manifesting prosperity in one's life and obtaining the will and the know-how of just how to go about doing it. In order to create any moment or any amount of abundance in one's life, they must first learn to rise above their ego nature. A person must overcome self-doubt, fear, victim consciousness, and the overall sense of lack, accomplished by reestablishing a connection to the Creator. I always say that. You cannot move through this life without having a relationship with yourself and your Creator. It will not. You just can't. To the source of one's happiness and joy. So your connection to your Creator is the source of one's happiness and joy, not external things. Not external things, not people, not life circumstances. That's not where you're going to draw true source of happiness and joy from. Never. It's not going to happen. It says, in addition to this, one will learn to adopt the mindset of being in the world, but not of the world. Your joy, your level of peace, your worth and value starts within you, not outside of you. That devil is going to tempt you. Do I really need that? Is that really what I need? Or I know what I want and what I need, but is it really going to come from this thing or this situation or this person? You're learning some sort of, or you've already learned the lesson, but I feel like this is actually applying what you've learned in the wisdom. It says, it is without no doubt possible to make your life heaven on earth and not have to succumb to the evil of the world, therefore allowing it to affect your personal happiness. Yeah, this world is all types of fucked up and flawed, but you can still find the beauty in it, but you're not to coincide and fall into the trap of that, or people that operate in lower energies. You're the master of your reality, as they say, right? The way that you think, your perspective is everything. And again, how you respond is everything. So if you're affected by someone else's hangups and their bullshit and their behavior, and you have to surpass that. And if it's a man or a woman that you think that you want still, or you maybe have love for, or you was once in love with them, or you were just sexually tied or something, whatever the case may be, if that person is not ultimately for you, they cannot dictate your reality unless you allow them. So just because this person is coming back, or they hitting you up, or they liking your posts, or they liking your stories, or viewing your stories on social media, doing all this breadcrumby shit, or coming back with some game and all of this, they don't hold the power. You do, because you choose how you respond to it. It's your it's your story, right? They have their story, they have their path. But for you, if this does not resonate with me, if this is not really for me, I choose how I respond. I'm not tied to shit. There's nothing tying me or keeping me. This situation brought some sort of pain, or you had to leave. You had to cut ties with something, or something about what you were doing to yourself was harming yourself. And to go back to that, go back to into that place of lack and insecurity and negative thinking, like to go back into side with that is a part of you saying, yes, I deserve that, or yes, I want to make that my experience, rather than having governance and saying, no, I don't resonate with that anymore. That's not where I'm at anymore. It says the third eye is also your pineal gland, located deep in the middle of your brain. To activate this gland, spend more time alone in silence. Watch your thoughts. Where are they going? Don't gossip or get reactive. Walk away from violence or revenge. Don't judge others for what you judge you become. Eat as much organic food as possible. Mainly drink pure, uncontaminated waters. The word memory has the etymology, steeped in Jewish meanings. It is a compound word comprised of two words, mem, meaning water, and ori, meaning light. Therefore, it is a neat association to liquid light. Thus, when activated, it ignites the plasma of creation, and your soul vibrates in tune with frequency of nature and all existence. Your remember a reconnection with your inner light. As you remember who you are on a soul level, it will enable you to see beyond the veil. You will elevate your spiritual awareness above the dimensional plane of existence and connect to your sixth senses, meaning like you're tapped in to your intuition, you're tapped into God's source, you're tapped into your discernment. So, yeah. And I've been saying for a minute, like Spirit's been guiding me to like do more work with water, because I naturally am drawn to water. Like some of you might be drawn to like the oceans, the lakes, the creeks, and all of that, or just like baths. Um, do some like healing activation work in the shower or in the bathtub. Some people are too tall to fit in the bath. I can understand. So if you have a shower, you don't have a bath. Some people don't have bathtubs installed in their living spaces. So like if you can get around some water, or you can take a bath or shower, to set intentions while speaking to your water. Um, Maybe even listening to some binaural beats or some sound bowls, singing bowls, meditations. Like um, I had did this healing ritual in my bathtub where I set intentions of what I wanted to focus on and heal and release. And I took one of my singing bowls in the bath with me. Um, and I just like, that was the most intense healing ever, because frequency of sound, the sound within itself, whether it's your voice, whether it's instrumental, whether it's um, like the sound of like a tuning fork or a singing bowl, or you singing in the water, or you talking, that holds a vibrational frequency. I always talk about the Dr. Emoto's water experiment, where he takes different things of water, containers of water, and he speaks over them. He speaks light over them, or he'll speak negative affirmations. And one of the third containers, he didn't speak anything into. So both of the one that he spoke negative energy into, and the one that he didn't speak any affirmations over, had like mercury, like crystals. The water was unclear. It was very murky, and it was kind of dirty. Whereas the one where he spoke light and love to it and was speaking positive affirmations, that water was very beautiful and crystal. When they put it under the microscope, it looked like this pretty snowflake like type shape. So that water is, and then you yourself are made up of water. Whether you do this where you speak over your own body, speak positivity over yourself every day, or your water that you're drinking and you're speaking love and light into it, or you're speaking positive affirmations, healing power into it, and you drink it, there's power in that. It's something with, again, the brain and the memory. I feel like you guys, like you guys are not stupid. You're not lost. You may think that you don't know what's going on, or you're confused and all of that. No, your higher self is always on point. You just got to tap into that part of yourself that knows. You got to trust yourself more. That's really all it is trusting yourself more. And if you can't really trust solely on yourself, trust in the divine, that divine creator source, or your divine team. Um, yeah, I love this. I love these types of messages, because they do bring perspective and clarity, and give you a heads up. Because I feel like um, sometimes like we'll focus on things that really are just kind of take you out of your focus, out of your experience, that it's they're distractions, or they're coming to you and you don't understand what they mean and why they're presenting themselves to you. But yeah, let me go ahead. So I want to pull from, yeah, I don't know if I want to pull from those cards yet, or do I want to get a further context on the cups, the 8 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, and the 6 of Cups. You guys have come a long way. You might not feel like you have, but you have. You've come a long way on your journey. Um, there's a lot, I feel like, that, because sometimes we feel like we're going backwards if something revisits us, or we feel something again and we're just like, why am I thinking about this? What am I doing wrong? There's something like, I thought I got over that. Like, sometimes it's just to see where you're at. Have you surpassed that? It's not to say like, oh yeah, you're still in this energy and you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. It's not that. So the 5 of Cups, it says the cups throughout the tarot represent feelings, emotions, and matters of the heart. The 5 of Cups, we see a person cloaked in a black cape, closed off and isolated to the world. The cups have fallen over, representing an imbalance of emotions and lack of empathy. These 3 cups being grouped together like this connect us to the third sephira on the tree of life, known as Binah. Hope I'm saying that right, which means understanding. These cups turned over symbolize that this person is not willing to listen to the advice of others and has become stubborn and is now trying to figure it out all on their own. I was just speaking about stubbornness, the spirit of stubbornness, the other night. I think it was last night's live. You are not going to get anywhere in life being a stubborn motherfucker and unwilling to see. The thing like about the heart chakra and the throat chakra, because they're connected, right? A lot of people kind of only associate the throat chakra with being communication, verbal communication, and all of that, and messages. But the throat chakra is also a psychic space in your energetic body because it's in the higher spheres of your body. Whereas like the solar plexus is kind of that gateway. It's like it's connected to the lower regions of the carnal part of you, the material realm of you, but it's also halfway the gateway to the higher realms of yourself, your higher consciousness, right? And your connection to it. So the heart is that gateway essentially to the soul. The throat chakra all the way up to your crown and third is like your connection to spirit. Your ears are connected to your head. Your mouth is connected to your head. So like what you speak, you know that saying, abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So whatever's in your heart, whatever you believe, whatever is true, whatever is deep rooted in you, you'll speak that out. So that's why they say you have to be careful what you speak out into the universe. You have to check the posture of your heart. Is it open? Is it closed? Is it in balance? Is it overused? Because I'm getting this energy that for some of you, like you're not getting the clarity that you really can tap into and seek, is because you've closed your heart off, or you've put this cloak of protection over yourself. It says these cups have turned over, symbolizing a person that's not willing to listen to the advice of others, has become stubborn, and is now trying to figure it out all on their own. This person is internalizing and analyzing themselves to the point of depression. Okay. They went from one emotional extreme to the other very quickly. If there were to turn around, they will find 2 cups sitting upright on the ground behind them. This pair of cups located on the right side of this person corresponds to the second sephira. I don't know how to pronounce this, but it looks like it says chokma, meaning wisdom. This person would be wise to look at the other side of their situation, where they would find the silver lining, a bridge leading him over the water and back to the home, to his comfort zone and place of stability. This certain emotional aspect is why Aries are so attracted to water signs. Water signs help Aries find the silver lining in things and provide them with an emotional bridge leading them back to a life of stability, a comfort just as they once knew it, before they had an emotional temper tantrum, most easily triggered by a random and yet taken personally dramatic happenstance. So again, like, do not get triggered by something. And I feel like the Aries energy, whether you're an Aries sun, rising, moon, whatever placement, Aries season and that Aries solar eclipse, things were coming up to the surface for you to deal with them. It's all about your perspective. You're wise now, but it's like, are you applying the lesson? Are you still stuck at what happened and why it didn't happen? And, like, you have to check yourself. Let's look at the 6 of Cups. I don't know if it's going backwards or forward, because the way that they grouped all the eights together and the majors that break down to an eight. So I'm going to have to, because we do have the Eight of Cups here. Yeah, this book is really the shit. Let's see. They're associating that's Gemini. Okay, that's the Eight of Cups, but I need the Five of Cups for Spirit. I need the Five of Cups, or not Five of Cups. I need the Six of Cups. Seven, the Hierophant. It's like it skips it. Yeah, this book is kind of like confusing because it's like backwards. Let's see. But I think it's going by the zodiacs, and they're placing the numerology to specific signs. Okay, so Leo is associated with this. Okay, so Leo energy. The Six of Cups, it says this card is considered the unconditional love card. It depicts a boy giving a girl a white flower. Cups represent love, emotions, and matters of the heart. The boy's white flower, which he has inside of his cup, represents purity and innocence. Metaphorically, the boy offering the girl his pure, unconditional love. In doing so, the boy appears to grow larger in size. His character grows as he listens to his heart and leads with kindness. Not leading with your emotions, like the emotions that say, oh, I need to be reactive and I need to be upset. I need to lash out. I need to be depressed. But with the heart, leading with the heart means that that consciousness. They said that the heart actually is like a brain. It's another form of your brain. It has it has a level of divine consciousness if you open yourself up to that. Okay. The gateway is to be kind to yourself as well. Okay. With further examination, you will notice that all white flowers are pentagrams. The pentagram is associated with the fifth Sephirah, 𝗛𝗲𝗱𝗀𝗀. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Probably not. Most likely not. Which relates to the matters of the ego and portraying manifesting one's passions. The white flowers represent purity of the heart because they are a pentagram shape. They will reveal the possibility to transform ourselves selfish desires into the ways that will help improve the lives of others. Remember, I don't know which card we were reading where it was saying that how you respond to the world around you, how you react is relevant and important, where you have to be the bigger person. That was another message I was picking up. Like, you are being called to be the bigger person, not saying to tolerate bullshit, but it says how you respond to it, being the bigger person, being the wiser one, and will influence the change. Most likely, you can't change other people, but you can change how you respond to a thing, and that will in turn kind of change how they respond to you. Okay, what they do with their own energy is their business, but it's like, if I'm not siding with that, I'm not lowering myself, who are they gonna fight with? Or this addiction, this thing, I have to have discipline. Like, I'm not gonna be controlled by that addiction anymore if I rise my energy up, or I'm thinking about not just myself, but how will this benefit others? That will always snap you back into reality, and that puts you again back into that state of higher consciousness within your heart space. It says, whenever you can, you should try caring for other people's needs before your own. You actually gain more by helping others. You can transform your selfishness this way because the more we give, the more we receive. Therefore, you can become the most selfish person by becoming the most helpful person, providing service and performing random acts of kindness. Having a conscious desire to give in order to receive light so that you may be able to give back more light. Strive to become a channel for the light. Speak and act from the heart as you are mindfully emerge into a source of love and positivity. Within this card, you will find 6 flowers that have 5 petals each, which in total is 30 petals in all. The number 30 corresponds with the Saturn return. Some of y'all might be going through y'all Saturn return or about to, and Spirit is like, hey, let's get ourselves together, because y'all know that Saturn return is like kind of a doozy sometimes. But it says, which accumulates the karmic cycle pertaining to self growth and maturity. Saturn is known as a planet of restriction and slowing down of all things in general. With this in mind, we see how the love between this boy and girl perhaps are forbidden, and there were many obstacles standing in their way to prevent them from being together. This may include the difference in social classes, or perhaps the boy who was promised to marry another girl in an arranged marriage. You will notice the boy in this card has actually grown physically larger than the girl, which makes him have to hunch over in order to hand over the girl a flower. Once you begin working on your personal growth, you will elevate your soul's vibration. This is when others will start looking up to you and admire you. You lead as an example. With further observation, you will see the royal guardsman in the background is walking away, signifying that in order to show pure unconditional love, one must let down their guard. You must give love and respect to receive love and respect in return. Others will not cooperate with you without you needing to be dominant and demanding. This card portrays, my God, I can't talk, portrays a sweet love story reflecting upon a forbidden love. It displays the love of a rich boy and a peasant girl. As the story goes, the rich boy was not allowed to talk to or conjugate with the peasants outside of the family's estate. Not until he was old enough, he was forced to stay in and away from the public. He was forbidden to venture outside of the family's estate and socialize with the lower class. But each day the boy would look out the window and he would make eye contact with the peasant girl. And the girl would look up at a boy in the manner of hoping that one day to be with him. She dreamed of a romance, of course, but also fantasized about living a life that was way better off than hers. One day her wish came true and the boy was able to break free when the guardsman was not looking, and he went out of his home to meet with this girl. He acknowledged this girl and showed her loved by coming down to her level. He gave recognition to the love they shared. He was able to break free from his family's rules, restrictions, limitations, regulations, and he followed his heart. Loving this girl unconditionally, he no longer cared about how others would judge him. He was in love. He was enthralled by this girl. Nothing could retain him or keep him from her. Love always finds a way. Metaphorically speaking, some of you guys are breaking free of things and restrictions that have been placed on you from childhood about what you're supposed to like, who you're supposed to hang out with, who you're supposed to be with, the type of person that you should be. This is what success is and this is that. You have to find what resonates with your soul and your spirit. You're breaking free of a lot. Like, I feel like this is a message of people overcoming some sort of restrictions and patterns and addictions and temptations. Like, you are surpassing these things. So let's look at the Eight of Cups, and then I'll pull from the Miss Cleo Tarot, and last but not least, the Isis Oracle. So illustrative of the Eight of Cups card is a group of 8 cups set in foreground, which are arranged neatly in a precise order and properly placed in the effortless position. The suit of cups represents our emotions, feelings, and matters of the heart. That being so, with these 8 cups organized so neatly, we can see that the man in this card has put much time and effort into analyzing his feelings and also how he communicates his feelings. This can be perceived in 2 ways. Okay, so for instance, it says it reflects the communication one does with themselves as well as how one communicates with others. It is assumed here that this man intends to communicate such things with himself in an attempt to achieve a peace of mind. While on the other hand, he can also be seen trying to establish a sense of closure with regards to other people's feelings. He will communicate to himself the same as he does with others, explaining his feelings coherently in the same manner, which allows him to walk away clean, leaving no feelings hurt, no bridges burnt. He will have reached the point of understanding the reasons why he did what he did. From here, he recognizes what needs to be said and done, and then does it, and then settles the things in a civilized manner. He offers redemption. It's talking about Gemini energy, so I'm going to mention it because we are in Mercury retrograde right now, but I'm just going to mention it. It says Gemini tend to overthink and overanalyze everything way too deeply. This includes matters of the heart as well. They put all of their heart into whatever they do. They may actually care too much when it comes to their relationships, jobs, or creative projects. Although most of their successes can be attributed to their sense of keenness and attention to detail that they put into their work. Even though they pursue things wholeheartedly, they still come across as being cold due to the fact that they intellectualize their feelings as well as their emotions. This is a long thing. You will notice that the moon in this card is depicted with two phases. It looks like the solar and the lunar eclipse, doesn't it? Or one of the other. Looks like an eclipse. Interesting. It says the two phases. It has both a crescent and a full moon phase, representing the multiple phases Geminis go through throughout their lives. The waning crescent moon represents the end of a phase. The full moon is its brightest and will allow one to see in the darkness and be able to see the things for which they really are. The full moon unveils the truth. All right, so it says the man in this card has also arrived to some powerful truth as he decided that he has reached the end. There is no more left for him to do or add or to improve. He turns his back on it and walks away. He moves on and he never looks back. The quicker he begins a new project or relationship, the quicker he can disassociate himself with the past, thus creating new memories to replace the old ones. As one phase ends, another one begins. Yeah, so it's like you are reflecting on the past, not to return to it, not to get caught back up in the cycle and caught back into the same old, repeating the same things. Or, yeah, if somebody from your past comes back, most likely it's not for you to like realign yourself and try to repeat the past. The past is never going to be able to be repeated. Okay, judgment. Whenever the judgment card comes out, I feel like that's our spiritual team. Yeah. Is that Anubis? Spirit, you're funny. Confirmation. We have the Eight of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Empress. Yeah. So I noticed a lot of eights in your reading too. So it's something like with this karmic cycle, and we are in the year of the eight right now. 2024 is the numerologic number of eight. So things coming back around, things coming full circle. What you reap, you sow, whether that's good or whether that's a bad thing that you reaped and sowed. You're moving into a different era, and this is happening planetary wise, and it's like we either align with it or we don't. Okay, we either repeat the same cycles until we get it, or we either take ourselves off of this planet or do things that numb us from reality and detaching from the reality, or we do our due diligence and like get with the program basically. So your past is coming back up, or things that you're meant to evaluate is coming back up for a reason, because you're about to start a new chapter. And though with the death card it's not easy, but you have the guardianship and the wisdom of your divine team, your ancestors. That's what Anubis is representing here. The Four of Pentacles is, again, like you have to let go. Some of you are very stubborn. You don't know how to walk away from things that are no longer for you. You don't know how to let go of traits and aspects of yourself that actually are detrimental to you. Okay? Fuck everybody else for a second. I'm not saying like you should be selfish on that matter, but for a second, like, not thinking about what everybody thinks, and is because it's your life at the end of the day. And some people will say, well, yeah, it's my life. If I want to be an asshole, if I want to do this, knowing that it's wrong, okay, you've been warned. Just say it. You've been warned by spirit. Because the answer is love. And that love has to start with yourself. And that love will reflect how you respond and treat others. And again, this is not saying to be tolerant and be someone's footstool, but it's the wisdom and power enough to know that, hey, we all got our shit. We all got our problems. I'm not taking it personally. I may not really like you like that, or fuck with you like that, or agree with everything you do. But what I'm not going to do is come from a place of hate, bitterness, and resentment. I want to move and choose to walk in peace. So I'm going to lead by example. I'm not going to be on what you're on. I'm not lowering my standards. I'm not lowering myself to peasant behavior, to fuckery, to just being all kinds of ratchet. I'm going to level up above that because I care about myself. I care about my well-being. I care about my future and the effects that it's going to have around the world around me and the people in my life. The Eight of Swords as well, for some of you, it's like that stinking thinking. You see how it's got like this smoke coming out of these swords, like stinking thinking, or the words that you speak over yourself or word you speak over others. You have the power to free yourself over the words that you spoke over yourself or that others have spoken over you. Some of you guys, you were a child, you couldn't speak or defend for yourself. Your empowerment is not going to come by doing more harm against yourself and others. It's not. Your power is never going to be found in that. And that is a part of the lesson as well, that where you're trying to get to and where you're going, you cannot afford to fall into temptation. And temptation doesn't always have to be sex and doing some freaky, kinky shit or doing some, bad things. Sometimes falling in temptation is falling back into patterns of things that you know do not serve you, know that are not in the highest good of your life, your well-being, and those around you. Like, for a fact, thinking and talking to myself like that is like, yeah, I might think that I'm not that great, or I'm not this and I'm not that. But when you really sit with it, like, if someone was talking to themselves like that, would you think that that was cool? Would you think that's okay for someone to talk to themselves in the manner that maybe you do, or come down on yourself as hard as you do negatively? Okay. No, it's not. It's not right. So come into the presence of that divine mother energy. And for some of you, the root of all of this traces back to your mother. Divine mother energy is here to protect you in love, not protect you from doing the work and like coddling you, because a real mother's love, even a father's love, they want their children to be the best as they person that they can. And with that comes discipline. It's not coming with coddling and spoiling you and, oh, it's okay, you can fuck up and I'll just pick up the pieces. And some parenting does kind of do that. And I feel like that type of parenting just makes a bad adult. I'm sorry. But when a parent holds you accountable and holds you to responsibilities and discipline, that will shape you as an adult, how you handle yourself. And I feel like divine mother energy is here to love you and protect you and nurture you, as well as with that comes discipline. With that comes your responsibility and accountability. I got you. I'll love you. I'll keep you in my arms. But with my love also comes discipline, also comes accountability, also comes awareness of truth. Like, you have to be honest with yourself. Before you're honest with anyone else, you got to be honest with yourself. You guys are very close to birthing something very beautiful out of you. And this is why Spirit is like wanting to clear all of this energy out, because not just what's being birthed through you as like a means of like your own personal desires, as in like, I want to be this type of person, I want this type of bank account, and I want a love relationship, and I want this, and I want a house, and all this other stuff. It's your desires will benefit I will say the desires that benefit the world around you and just the world as a whole. These are selfless desires. These are desires that if you desire a family, it's because you want to clear your bloodline of toxic energy, and you want to be an example, a lead of example of healthy love and relationships and partnerships. Or you want this business because you want to help others, you want to help the community, like things like that. If you get a house, it's like, oh, I'm thinking about my future generations, or them having land somewhere for my family to build houses on, or for other people, like a community, those type of desires. I feel like Spirit really more so sides with and like conspires. Not saying that other desires cannot be manifested, but it's like these desires that benefit not just yourself but others in a beautiful way are ones that I feel like Spirit conspires to work with you. And oftentimes those are the desires that are planted in you from your soul, from divine, so it's not just a soul desire that's just coming out of thin air, or just something that you want from a lower ego or desperation. It's a soulful desire, because it's not just about you. You're thinking about how it benefits others and how it will bring glory back to the divine. Like, this is a beautiful energy. I want to tap into the Isis Oracle to see what other messages want to come through, and that's going to kind of conclude the reading. So in essence, in short, you're gonna have to do your shadow work. In the level of doing your shadow work means holding yourself accountable and not falling back into those patterns. So you have the temple of lapis lazuli, the goddess of the ancient skies. If you're led to work with some lapis lazuli, again, going back to the throat chakra thing, even more so relevant for you. Let's see. So, let's see. The temple of lapis lazuli, it says, your soul is very ancient, beloved, and does not only hurled from the earth, it holds much special wisdom of star peoples from civilizations far and near, with unique high vibrational awareness that can help humanity transition from a civilization based in fear to a love based culture. You are guided to come into deeper acceptance of your own inner knowing now. These messages are just lining up. I'm telling you, like, these messages just like they're coming in just kind of like puzzle pieces, confirming one another. What you're bringing forth, again, I have to say this, like, you're the things that you're birthing and manifesting or wanting to desire, like your true heart's desire, lie with how can you help the world around you in some way. Even if you feel like it's a small thing, it still benefits. Okay, it says ancient souls with experience of consciousness and community for more spiritually advanced civilizations are here on this planet to be themselves to the fullest extent possible in order to help support each other and heal human culture so that the planet may thrive. This challenge can be that such ancient souls can feel out of place here on earth for a time as they go through an adjustment process and remember their healing mission on this planet. These souls hold much inner wisdom of star peoples and civilizations far and wide in this galaxy and beyond. This inner wisdom vibrates as a higher level than the frequencies of fear, aggression, dominance, and disconnection that are a part of the global human wounding that are here to help heal. This is why ancient souls are needed, of course, to help offer a different reality which is more whole and connected to oneness and love. But the challenge is not to lose belief in honoring our own true inner wisdom and deep soul's truth while becoming a member of culture that is still so different to yours. This oracle comes to you to provide a much needed spiritual recognition that you have wisdom and understanding within you that is very ancient and flows from the soul, and that you also have a sacred connection to wisdom that come from star peoples of Sirius and others celestial beings that serve through unconditional love. This is neither a strange nor weird, but it is a precious, and although you're not the only one of your kind here, it is far from a common far from a common soul type on this planet, mostly because it takes a lot of strength and dedication to be able to sustain existence purposefully in a vibration that is lower than your own vibrational nature. I want to say this. This may not resonate with everybody's ears or spirit or soul, but like the life of a prophet sometimes is depressing because you know too much, you see too much, you feel way too much, you feel the depths of everything. You feel the depths of not just your immediate environment, but a scattered environment, a collective environment. You feel everything. And sometimes with knowing all of that, you see the things in the world that you dislike and the things that are disheartening, and it can make you feel very depressed and alone and isolated sometimes, where you feel like you're kind of an outcast, you're misunderstood. The things that you feel and the things that you sense, you feel like your heart sometimes is too big, too heavy for this world. Like it's this evil world, as some might be like, this world is evil, it's dark. Some people feel like this is like we're in hell. I don't believe that. Feel like we're in between heaven and hell. So like 3D reality kind of has that dense where it can still have that supernatural divine presence in it as well as the evil can dwell in both spaces, which is why I feel like you have to ground your energy often and always. You have to not be so overwhelmed by the spiritual. You got to ground your energy. Okay. It says this oracle comes to you to provide a much needed spiritual recognition that you're I already read that part. Sorry. It's neither strange nor weird, but it's a precious, and although you're not the only one of your kind here, it is it's far from a common soul type on this planet, mostly because it takes a lot of strength and dedication to be able to sustain existence purposefully in a vibration that is lower than your own natural vibration. This oracle comes to you with an offering of guidance. Remember who you are within. Do not try to fit with external models of how to be in this world. Remember that saying when I was reading the Devil Cards message, be of this world, or be in this world, but not of it. For you are here to help birth a new way that is more aligned with spiritual truth. You are guided to trust in your wisdom and to sit and contemplate any issue that you are questioning right now and to trust in the voice of your heart. Guidance does not have to make logical sense, though often at a higher level you will perceive a higher divine logic in the guidance. It just needs to feel as though it makes your heart expand, and that will be a sign for you that it is your truth. Okay, so they have a ritual on here. You can take it or leave it. You can tweak it, what resonates with you. But it says if you have any crystal pieces of lapis or any jewelry or any deep blue tone clothing, candles or crystals such as sodalite that you would like to use in your healing space as you complete this ritual, please do so. You may also wish to use any crystals that align with the higher vibrations of the crown chakra, such as phenacite, aphilites. I don't know. I've never heard of these. Dambarite or clear quartz. Placing them around you as you sit comfortably with your spine relatively straight. Close your eyes and imagine traveling within yourself on your breath until you enter a peaceful open space beyond your eyes. You sense a vibrant, dark indigo blue sky, rich like velvet, dotted with golden lights like 𝗥𝗲𝗱𝗆𝗆 stars. The sky and its stars feel ancient, endless, and seem to exist beyond time and space. You feel at home, longing and hoping, feeling your being, a deep remembering that you cannot quite explain, a sense of love from the great beings that emanate the stars or animate the stars. The rich blue and gold energies of the sky start to begin to swirl into patterns, weaving and twisting and turning with joyful dance. You feel yourself drawn by your heart towards it, and it weaves around you, forming a temple of pure energy. You sense the temple opening up all around you. Underneath you is a healing seat, and the floor, walls, and ceiling all have this furnishing with gleaming, vibrant blue lapis lazuli with flecks of gold pyrite. The light of the stars glow brightly, filling every air particle with brightness and peace. Within this space, you feel an incredible sense of calm, mental clarity, and peace. Say aloud, I have received any transmission and healing in unconditional love now for my greatest good, so be it. And imagine that you can rest back into your healing seat and gaze into the sky above that opens as if you were in a cosmic observatory. Okay. You notice certain golden orbs of planets and stars that feel familiar to you in your deep being. Allow yourself to receive love and light from these planets, these places that you have been before, that your soul vibration recognizes. You may feel joy, sadness, homesickness, a peace, and delightful recognition. As you feel connection with these energies more consciously, do not seek to understand, just allow. Say, I now choose to receive through unconditional love the memories, gifts, talents, awareness, a recollection of my star or my stellar wisdom that will assist me now on my path through my own free will and the grace of the divine love, so be it. Be aware of the light codes, transmissions of sound, whether heard or beyond your physical hearing capacity, and the blessings of love that are transmitted to you now, either through the crown of your head or directly behind your eyes, into the vast space in which the temple of lapis lazuli sits. Know that whether you are consciously aware of the material or not, it is being offered to you now in unconditional love. When the transmissions have completed for now, allow the energy to travel right down to the earth below you. As the energy connects with the earth, you feel yourself drawn back towards your body, safely wrapped in the light that you have received. You are anchored back to the earth in this love and light, this awareness, deep into your belly, through the soles of your feet. You feel the love that you have for the earth, the desire that you have to shine your light to help her and be helped by her, the deep love that exists between you. Allow your belly and feet to feel nourished by your earth connection. Enjoy the feeling of having a place to land, an earth garden to nurture or nourish with your soul light and love so that beauty may grow. Enjoy your sense of belonging on this planet at this time of great spiritual emergence. You are so loved. You belong here. and are needed. When you are ready, open your eyes. You may wish to close your ritual with an invocation below. So the invocation, it says, I call on the temple of lapis lazuli. I call upon beings of love and unconditional. I call forth the awakening of my own inner eye. I call forth my wisdoms from people of the sky. I call upon the protection, peace, and wisdom within me. I now declare that I am here and free. All right. Amen and ashe to that. Okay. Yeah. So all of that, I hope, whatever needed to come through for you or resonate with you in your spirit, that you apply it, you take it. May this activate something very beautiful in you. To remember that you are here for a purpose and to be intentional with your purpose here, with your presence on this planet. Like I said, one or two, actually three things can happen with these circumstances, with our human evolution. We either decide to walk through life with a conscious, with consideration of self and others, with purpose and intent that is of positivity, of love, doing the things, that we're called to, that may sometimes not be easy, some things we want to run from or shy away from. Or we can blame everybody else, stay stuck where we are, or take ourselves off of this planet, or do things that keep us numb from this reality, which in a way, like, you're still not participating with life when you do that. So you have those three choices. We all have that is our choice. Your evolution and your growth always starts with you. It's not going to happen because someone else is going to do it for you, or some man in the sky is going to come down and rescue you, or love, or a job, or money, or this. If I only have this, if I only look like that, if I only blah, blah, blah. It's not going to come from that. It comes from within. Much love as always. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for joining and watching. If you guys would like to book a personal reading with me, I am available for phone session, coach sessions, pre-recorded voice readings. I do have 2 new readings available for deeper soul work, for self, and also for divine partnerships. Those 2 readings will be on my website under the booking tab. All you got to do is scroll down to the bottom, and those last 2 readings will be the new readings that I have available. Phone readings only, those 2. They can go over an hour. They can go under less than an hour. I do have a free follow-up session that comes with those 2 new readings. So if you're interested, check that out. The links are in the description as well. Like this video if it genuinely resonated with your spirit. Share it with someone that you feel like it may also benefit and bless. If you feel that divine unction to do it, your intuition feels like, oh, I should share this, but I don't know if they're going to resonate. Trust your inner knowing. Send it to them. I promise you that if you feel that, that's for a reason. Don't discount that. Okay, so I appreciate you guys as always. Y'all be blessed, be safe, take care. Till next reading. Bye.